Why Japanese society often values not causing trouble as much as personal success. If you grew up in North America or parts of Europe, you've probably heard phrases like, be yourself, stand out from the crowd, follow your dreams, make an impact. In many Western societies, individual achievement and self-expression are highly celebrated. People who break conventions, challenge norms, or achieve extraordinary success are often admired. Japan, however, has traditionally emphasized another value that many foreigners find fascinating: not causing trouble for other people. In Japanese, there is a common expression,迷惑をかけない. It roughly means, don't inconvenience others. Don't create unnecessary problems for people around you. Of course, every society values consideration to some degree. But in Japan, many observers have noted that avoiding inconvenience to others often carries particular social importance. Why is that? The answer may have less to do with personality and more to do with history, geography, and social organization. Japan is a mountainous island nation with relatively limited habitable land. Historically, many communities depended on rice cultivation. Rice farming often required cooperation among neighbors, particularly in managing shared irrigation systems and agricultural schedules. Because success depended on coordination, some researchers argue that these conditions may have encouraged cultural norms that value reliability, cooperation, and consideration for others. This does not mean rice farming created Japanese culture by itself. But it may have contributed to social values that were already developing over centuries. Another factor often discussed is Japan's experience with natural disasters. Earthquakes, typhoons, floods, and volcanic activity have affected Japanese communities throughout history. In such situations, social trust and collective cooperation can become extremely important. While natural disasters alone cannot explain cultural values, some scholars suggest that repeated experiences of community-based recovery may have reinforced the importance of cooperation and mutual responsibility. Modern Japan also provides an interesting environment for these values. Japan is one of the world's most urbanized countries, and the Tokyo metropolitan area is among the largest urban regions on Earth. Millions of people share trains, sidewalks, apartment buildings, offices, restaurants, and public spaces every day. In highly populated environments, small acts of consideration can have a significant impact on everyday life. Standing in line, speaking quietly on public transportation, arriving on time, and keeping shared spaces clean are often viewed as ways of reducing friction between strangers. As a result, many people in Japan grow up with a strong awareness of how their actions affect others around them. These values can also be seen in education. Japanese schools often encourage students to participate in cleaning classrooms, serving lunches, and organizing group activities. The goal is not simply efficiency. These practices can help students develop a sense of shared responsibility and community participation. At the same time, schools themselves reflect broader social values, so the relationship works in both directions. The workplace offers another interesting example. In many Western countries, exceptional individual performance is often highly rewarded, even when someone may be difficult to work with. In Japan, professional success is certainly respected as well. However, being dependable, cooperative, and considerate of colleagues is often viewed as equally important. As a result, trust may be built not only through achievement, but also through reliability and social awareness. In some situations, a person who consistently supports the group may be valued just as much as a person who stands out individually. Of course, these are broad cultural tendencies rather than universal rules. There are highly individualistic people in Japan and highly community-oriented people in Western countries. No society is completely one thing or another, but cultural differences often become visible through everyday habits. Standing neatly in line, keeping public spaces clean, avoiding loud conversations on trains, apologizing for minor inconveniences. These small actions may reflect a broader cultural preference for maintaining harmony and minimizing friction in shared spaces. Many cultures admire people who change the world. Japan admires those people too. But Japanese society has also traditionally placed a special value on people who help the world function smoothly. And that idea, that reliability and consideration can be as important as personal achievement, may be one of the most distinctive and fascinating aspects of Japanese culture.